and being able to do less than other people around you.
Mm-hmm. Does that include, like, mental types of disabilities?
Yes.
An impairment, whether physical or cognitive, that interferes with the activities of daily living.
Someone who has difficulty, like physical difficulty, accomplishing certain tasks.
So, does the definition of disability, does that include those with, like, cognitive problems, or is it all just physical for you?
I define it more as physical.
Why?
Just what the media portrays, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I had a neighbor, he was like 4 years old and he was born with autism, and he was probably one of the smartest kids I've ever met. He could speak Spanish, and he was just the happiest, most go-lucky kid I think I've ever met, and I really loved that about him.
I have quite a bit of experience with people with disabilities. I work in the Life Prep program. I worked at Rochester Rotary Sunshine Camp, which is a camp for children with disabilities. And I worked with Comfort Keepers, which help the elderly population with their different activities. So overall, I feel pretty comfortable around the population.
I have very little experience.
Like, what is, like, your favorite characteristic about yourself? Like, are you funny?
I always making fun of people.
I know, you are funny. You do that.
And I making people laugh.
Mm-hmm. So similar to that, is there anything you don't like about yourself?
I don't like myself. I have big mouth sometimes.
Like, would you change that if you could?
No.
No.
I born that way.
People baby them a lot, and they know it, and they really don't appreciate it because people don't realize how smart they really are, and they just assume that their mental abilities is somehow so much less heightened, so they kind of treat them like children.
The major problem...
Oh, you gotta start over.
Okay. The major problems I see, or challenges that these individuals face, is that society doesn't really know how to communicate with them, and like they seem kind of hesitant. Like, I know working with Life Prep, people are kind of hesitant to ask them about their abilities, which they can talk about their abilities. They're okay with it. It's not embarrassing.
How would you suggest that we, like, fix that as a society?
I think educating people on it, because nobody really understands how to communicate with these people while also being respectful. So, making sure people understand that these people are just as valuable as we are, and to just not look down on them.
What can we do to better assist people with disabilities, whether young or old?
We can make buildings more accessible, like easier with elevators.
Mm-hmm.
Push the button.
Okay. To fix some of these problems, I think it's just more about public awareness, since a lot of people aren't around these individuals very often, so they don't know how to communicate. And I think we really need to emphasize the fact that even with the cognitive disabilities, these individuals can understand you. You don't need to